And in our special interest report, once considered eradicated, measles makes a comeback. I have a personal stake in the story. As a kid, I had measles about 5 times, as my younger sisters and brothers had it in sequence. During that time, prior to the vaccination for it, this was simply a rite of passage. Most people only got it once and then had immunity. I was not so lucky. As an adult, I'm not sure if I could still contract it again, and that's scary for me for sure. So I'm a big advocate for childhood vaccinations. Our report out of Sacramento indicates that as many as 100 kids could have been exposed at an educational enrichment program. In the usual story, an unvaccinated kid who was active with the measles was at the program. Shame on those parents. This would normally not be an issue since every other kid should have had their shots. But with the flood of unscreened illegals in California and other parents stupidly taking a pass on these vaccinations, who really knows? Reports are that at least 6 measles cases have been reported in the Sacramento area. Incredibly, over 2,000 cases of measles were reported in the U.S. last year. This is a modern record and not a good one. A reminder that measles is very contagious. While I survived it okay, it can cause permanent injuries and in rare cases death. I again encourage every parent to make sure their child gets the MMR virus protection. I want to make a quick note about what's been in the news lately about the hantavirus. Traditionally, the hantavirus is not easily transmitted. The problem is, and this was where all the publicity happened, is that there's a special strain called the Argentinian strain, which can be passed from human to human. Now, let me point out, my understanding is it requires intimate contact. It's not just you show up at a meeting and somebody gets you sick. The good news is the U.S. government is paying close attention to this, and the handful of people on the impacted cruise ship from the United States have been flown to a special facility in Nebraska. Yes, folks, Nebraska. And they are being quarantined there, an incredible 42 days of quarantine. And my reports understand that one of the 2 definitely has it, and they moved that person to a different facility, and one person may have it, and they're monitoring them. So that, as far as I know, does not have a vaccination. However, I've heard that the folks at Moderna are talking about it. However, given the infrequency with which you would come into contact with the hantavirus, I'm not sure that a vaccination is required for most people. If you've enjoyed the show so far, please like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube at Dr. Dave Saves America. I sincerely appreciate your support.